Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Great. How are you doing?
We are doing fantastic.
We're good.
We're good.
Great.
You're good? Okay.
Great. So good to have you on today. We're going to chat, and Jaime and Timoteo are also going to play some music for us today as well. So looking forward to that.
All right.
As well. So, yeah. So we got Jamey Aston does regular Periscope streams called Offstage, isn't it? Can you tell us about that? Those Periscope streams you do every week?
Sure, absolutely. So both the boys, Timoteo, this is Timo.
Hi.
He likes to be called Timmy, and then Jaime.
Hi.
And Jaime doesn't care what you call him actually, but they both have autism, but they are still fantastic piano players. I mean, if you ask me, and if you ask a lot of other people. And so the thing is that they're not savants. A lot of times when you're in the autistic world, and people who are unfamiliar, they'll say things, oh, he must be really good at math. Oh, he must be really good at numbers. He must be really good at music. And while they are great, they're good piano players. It's not like savants. I mean, they've been playing, so Timo is 21 and Jaime is 19. He's almost 20. And they've been playing since they were 7 and 6, respectively. So 13, 14 years. And it's been just a lot of hard work for the boys. I mean, so they had to work just as hard as any piano player out there, or any instrumentalist or musician, someone who just sits in their room or wherever and gives it an hour, 2 hours a day, whatever they do. So, you know, I always practice with them because it just helps, and it's just something I do. And so we kind of have a thing going on, you know, because I'm really goofy on when we do the offstage broadcast. And if Timo does something amazing, we'll do like, let's do our chant. Ready? Sweet victory! And we'll do that, and I'll jump around and I'll get excited and stuff. And then there's a little reality, you know, so we don't filter too much. You know, if I get upset, I get upset. If Timo gets mad at me, he gets mad at me, and we let people see that. So it's kind of a reality show type deal. But the whole goal was kind of like, look, this is autistic people, and special needs people in general, can be amazing artists, but it's not like just magic type deal. There are a few cases. It's like less than 10% of all cases of autism have that savant thing. But still, the boys are incredible, and you'll hear them in a minute. There's still some interesting things in performances. Timo loves to perform. Do you love to perform? You like it when people clap for you?
Yeah.
Jaime, on the other hand, he plays because he loves to play piano, which also means that when Jaime does a performance, you get what you get. So what Jaime does today, if he stops and starts over or does anything like that, he would do that at Carnegie Hall where people pay $300 a ticket. And he wouldn't even blink. He'd just be like, oops, and he'd start over. But anyways, that's the point of the whole offstage thing. And it was just something I was like, you know, maybe people would like to see this. And, you know, we have some regular viewers, folks who come back. And I don't expect everyone to stay for a whole hour. It is practice, you know. So how many times can you hear measures 8 through 12 before you're like, okay, we'll come back later and see if they got it, you know? But But in any case, so yeah, that's offstage. Offstage, the work behind the music you love. We'll put a little hashtag autism, hashtag piano there. Just kind of, you know, just kind of pop those hashtags up there. But that's what it's all about. Yeah.
It's great. So I want to ask both boys a few questions. So who wants to go first, Jaime or Timoteo?
Me.
Okay, Timoteo.
You just call me Timmy.
Great. So what do you really love about playing piano?
I don't like playing Mussorgsky and Imperial March.
Okay, so those are a few pieces you love to play, yes?
Yep.
That's great. And what music are you working on right now with your dads?
The great Kia.
You want to show me your music?
Yeah, why not?
Well, show them the cover first so they can see it. Just hold it up.
So we got Mazurski pictures at an exhibition. That's a big piece. So well done for that.
Thank you.
And I've been watching a lot of your live streams, and the progress is really great on that as well.
Thank you, Dan.
Great. And then you and your brother last year, you did a concert, didn't you? Was it in July or June last year?
June?
June.
June
June,
22nd.
yeah.
June 22nd.
Wow, so just over a year ago. And which music did you play then?
Oh, do you remember? What did you play at the
I'm
piano
sure you
party?
do.
What did we play? Did you play, well, I could tell you. You remember you played a Sonatina by Beethoven? And you also played, oh, did you play Debussy? Right? Remember that? Which Debussy did you play?
I don't remember.
Underwater Castles or in Gulf Cathedral?
Underwater in Gulf Cathedral.
And
Ave Maria.
Oh, nice.
And you played Ave Maria. And did you also be an accompanist?
Yep.
That's right. So at that concert, one of the things, it has a purpose. It wasn't just a concert. That's kind of showing off the boys. And each boy has different strengths, right? Timoteo is easy to teach, and he follows so well. And that's why we did a chunk of Timoteo's concert last year was accompanying, which, as you know, is a completely different skill set from solo piano. You know, when you're playing, if you're accompanying a singer, particularly if you have the music and the singer's memorized, in that case, it's like the singer forgets something and then you've got to figure something out, or the singer starts somewhere and it's like, oh, so we're skipping from bar 10 to bar 40. Got it. There you go. The point is that being an accompanist is a completely different skill set from being a solo pianist, or even playing in, like, say, a jazz ensemble or like a keyboardist in a rock and roll band. They're different skill sets. And so one of Timo's skills is that he listens so well and he will just follow along. And so we did a whole bunch of vocal pieces where I sang. We did Ave Maria by Gounod, and we did the Pearl Fishers duet, in which I sang both parts because we didn't have a tenor or a baritone, either one. I could do either part, but we didn't have anyone to fill in, so I did both parts.
Oh, yeah.
But Timo did a great job just following along. And then we did a piece that I composed called Psalm 13. And was that it?
Yeah.
Was just the three?
Yeah.
I want to say we did another one. It's amazing how a short year can be so long ago. You just forget it.
Yes.
And then he wants to, one of my things with the boys is that, okay, we do what Dad wants and what Mrs. Pritchard wants. Mrs. Pritchard is their piano teacher. Amazing woman. Let me give props to Judy Pritchard. So like 13 years ago, I walked into her studio and I said, hey, I've got 2 autistic kids. This might be a complete failure. What do you say? And she's like, let's do it. She didn't even blink. And so
that's great.
It is. And so then Timo did. So we do what Dad wants and what Mrs. Pritchard wants, which is the classical repertoire, which I feel is very important to know. And then we always let the boys do something that they want. And last time, what did you want to do? You wanted to do Cantina Band, right? Timo, you wanted to do Cantina Band, remember? Yeah, was that fun?
Yeah, well, I'm losing my piano skills on Cantina Band.
Well, that happens, kiddo. It can be hard, because that's kind of the classical world. They work for a year and then immediately data dumps everything that they knew. 2 weeks after a concert, it's like, do you remember how to play that? What piece was that? No, I don't remember. That's a joke, man. It's okay.
Yes, so that concert is actually on your YouTube channel, so I'm just going to bring that up for a moment here. So everybody, please follow Jamey on, as well as Twitter. Follow his YouTube channel. It's Jamey Aston, exactly the same as his name here. And here you can see the concert named Not Savants with Timoteo and Jaime playing piano, and then they had a guest singer as well, who was Jamey Aston. So that was really great, and I watched it already. I'll watch that again soon. It's really great, so please do watch that, everybody. So, Timoteo, do you want to play a piece for us now?
Okay.
Okay, what do you want to play?
Promenade, Old Castle.
Not too much, not too much. You want to just do Promenade and Old Castle?
Yeah.
Do we have enough time for that?
Yeah, sure. You can do what you want. So I'll bring you on the screen.
Okay, so you're going to have to trade with Jaime. Go ahead, Jaime. You sit right there with us. You want to just have no headphones for this? Okay. Go for it, kiddo.
So we heard Timoteo talk a little and play Mazurski, and now we're going to go over to Jaime. So hello, Jaime.
Jaime. Jaime, say hello. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Great. So which music do you love to play on piano?
I don't know. Do you like to play Mussorgsky or do you like to play Playhouse Disney? Mussorgsky. You like Mussorgsky more than Playhouse Disney? Yes. Yeah? Do you like Mulan or do you like to play Mussorgsky better? Mulan. You like Mulan better? You like to play the Mulan music? Yeah. What about Tulip Shall Grow? Do you like that? Yes. Do you like to take your music off your videos and play them on the piano? Yes.
Wow, that's a skill.
That's his favorite thing. Although, we'll give you a plug here. I have heard Jaime playing your version of Tico Waltz. Did you write that or did you arrange it?
I arranged it really, so it's Tico Waltz that's based on the Brazilian tune Tico Tico no Fuba.
Uh-huh.
And all I did really was I changed the meter, the time signature, from 2/4 to 3/4 to make it into a dance waltz style piece.
Oh. Well, anyways, I've heard him playing that, and
oh yes.
You know what? You know what'd be cool, man, is like, all right, so this is your broadcast, right? I know you're interviewing us, but he's playing one of your pieces. He should totally play your piece. I mean, he should do that. What do you think?
Oh, thank you.
He doesn't have it perfect. He doesn't have it perfect. I mean, that's a monster piece, dude. Some of the things I'm looking at that music going, I hate you, Dan Roberts. Why did I play this for you? But he's and the
to be honest, when I play it, I still change things as well, so I don't play exactly what I wrote there.
You mentioned that, and I took that, and so there's some places where Jaime does a little bit of his own, and it sounds good, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to change this. I'm going to let him go ahead and roll with that. There's certain things where he plays some really vanilla chords, and you've put some like more interesting chords in, and I'm like, no, kiddo, you got to play what Dan wrote here. But there's some other places where like he'll arpeggiate a chord or something, and it's like, nope, that works there. So this is Jaime. Jaime plays for Jaime. In the previous broadcast, we talked about Timo and why Timo plays. And Timo loves, he loves playing he loves the applause. He's all about that. When people applaud.
Yeah, it's just like me.
Yes, of course, And so he likes that. But Jaime really plays for Jaime. And, I mentioned before how each boy has different strengths. So Timo's strength is that he's very teachable. He's a very sensitive player. I mean, if you want pianissimo and pianissimo and things like that, Timo is your boy. I mean, he knows how to do it. Yes. Jaime, everything is forte or louder. If we could crank 5,000 watts through the piano, he would be down for that. He's like, yep, go ahead, hook it up. But Jaime's strength, as we mentioned, is that he's almost a tape recorder. So he'll sit and he'll watch YouTube and he'll pull orchestral parts. For example, one of the ones that he's doing right now is How Could I Make a Man Out of You, which is all orchestral. There's no piano in it. And he just sucks it and he puts it on piano and he knows how to pull out the important parts. It's like, okay, this is the melody. We'll put that in there. That's an unimportant harmony that I can't do with just 10 fingers. And he'll drop it. He puts as much as he can in there. He's like, okay, so I'm playing with one hand here and there's a drum beat here. Oh, I could use my other hand and bang on the piano. And he puts all the sound effects and stuff in there. But that's one of his strengths. And so, Jaime is just, like I said, they each have their strengths. And the things that Jaime can make his fingers do is just crazy. I mean, he can stretch almost a ninth, like strong. For me, an octave's good. A ninth, I'm hurting myself. I don't know if Jaime could get a full 10th. We should check. Jaime, how far can you stretch your fingers?
Let's have a look.
Put them on here. Can you do an octave? Can you play this? Oops. With one one hand? Yeah, go ahead. Can you play this with one hand? Can you play that? Alright, that's a night. Can you play that with one hand? There's a 10th. He's not gonna get all the way. So that was from C to E, and he could play it easy. Just boop.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that. I can do that with C to E, but not D flat to F. Because it's a different thing then.
No, let's see if he can do it, because you've got a good point. Can you play from here?
Yeah.
So there to here with one hand. And he cheats. 2 hands going in. Nope, you're right. He can't do D flat to F. But it's tough. Anyways, he's got super stretchy fingers. And wait. Don't worry, you'll play in a minute, okay? So yeah, where was I? Jaime plays for Jaime. And like I told you in the first broadcast, whether we're sitting here doing this, whether we're practicing, or whether we're in front of however many people fit, whether he was at the BBC proms thing, it'd be the same thing. You get what you get. Jaime doesn't mind. And if nobody claps, he's like, okay. And away he goes. So and that's Jaime. Jaime is the more severely affected of the two. He doesn't talk. You may have noticed that he kind of robot talks back to you and stuff. So,
Well, he does script talk.
That's right. He script talks, exactly.
Yeah, because we did meet last year in England, didn't we, for a friend's wedding? So it was nice to spend some time with you all, get to know you more.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. That was great. We got to do that again. I just gotta find the money.
when we can all travel again, whenever that is.
Right. when we can do interviews like this in the same room instead of across 6,000 miles.
Yeah.
Legally and safely.
Or in our case, from north to south.
Right. Okay. So do you want to hear Jaime?
Of course, yeah, please. I'll bring you on the screen again, and everybody will listen to Jaime play.
Here, go ahead and take these off. Wait. Okay, that was nice, but that was not Tico Waltz. Are you ready?
Ready.
Go ahead, do Tico Waltz.
Great. Jaime, thank you so much for playing that Tico Waltz. That was a very nice surprise because I know you've been working on it, but I didn't know you were going to play it today.
Well, I didn't either. In pre-production, it's like, oh yeah, we'll do Mussorgsky. But I was like, wait a minute. And obviously he's got a few rough spots. There's some stuff that I've been working on where it's like, come on, man, everything on the beat. But he'll get it. He'll get it. We're doing a concert in August here, and it's going to be there, and he'll have it nailed. So, anyways,
Great.
and that's a fun tune, man. You did a great job with it. Like I said, it's for a non-piano player like me. I'm just like, but his fingers do it.
Yeah, it was the hard thing was to actually write it because I would always improvise with it as well, so it was a bit different every time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had to decide the one thing to write it for people to download, etc.
Yeah, you had to make a decision. It's like this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, it's like I might do a different thing every time, but this is the music. And I was when I was in university for music composition, I heard that a lot of those big cadenzas that we see in our music now, back in the original time, it was just go for it. I mean, the composers left it to the soloist to do that. So at every concert, it would be a different cadenza. And then over time, composers got greedy, and they're like, nope, you don't get to make decisions. Now I'm going to write this out for you. And so.
Yeah, well, it's sort of a lost art as well because I love to improvise a cadenza, but a lot of pianists would only play what's written there because they never worked on improvising. Yeah,
and I think it's the training that we're receiving as classical musicians now pushes us away from improv, and it pushes us towards this just do what's written. When I wrote a set of bassoon etudes for solo bassoon, like no pianist, no anything. And we put on a concert, and the bassoonist who showed up was great, man. This kid was amazing, and he worked really hard on it, and he played it for me, and he's like, well, what do you think? Do you want me to do anything different? I'm like, no, man, that was great. I want to hear what you do. I know what it sounds like in my head, but I think it's really cool when I take, because you can only say so much with squiggles and dots on a piece of paper. Yeah, right? You can only do so much. And so it's like what he did, but he was really taken aback by that, this whole idea. It's like, well, you're not going to tell me everything? It's like, no, I'm going to give you the skeleton and some good guidelines as to what I want to hear. But put yourself into it, man. You're the musician. And I think that's something that needs to come back. I mean, that's me as a classical musician, operating in this. I think it needs to come back. I think jazz is a great area. I think everybody should learn some jazz just because I think it pushes for that. I mean, there's something to be said for a composer who I want this. This is what I want. That's great, but let the musicians. Music is a collaborative effort, man. You can't do any of Beethoven's symphonies without a lot of musicians all working together. They're all working together.
Yes. Unless you record every single part yourself. Which don't have a life.
Yes. Really. Right? I mean, and most of us couldn't play all the parts. Apparently from what I've heard or what I've read, Hindemith from long ago, he was one of those. He could play every instrument. My dad can play a lot of instruments. He's a band teacher, so he has to be able to play all the band instruments. But me, nope. I sing, I play guitar, I play percussion, and I can play piano with these two fingers right there. Doo, 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 doo. Chopsticks. And be happy that I did it for you.
Great. So I'll just show everybody one more time your YouTube channel. So if you want to listen to Timoteo and Jaime perform, they did a concert last year in June, just over a year ago. So go to Jamey Aston's YouTube channel, just search Jamey Aston, and this is in the list of videos there. It's a really great concert with a great mix of repertoire as well. And you also get to hear Jamey sing with Timoteo accompanying as well. So Thank you so much for joining today, everybody. And thank you, Jamie and Jaime and Timoteo.
He said thank you. Did you hear him? All right, cool.
You're welcome.
Say you're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And thank you, Dan. Thank you for having us on. I really appreciate, the fact that you put us at a level of musicianship that we're worth, doing this interview show for. I think that's cool. That makes me feel good. Does it make you feel good?
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah.
We can't see you, Timoteo.
Oh,
Are you hiding?
Come back. You want to put the earphones on so you can hear? You don't have to. Yeah, you fell off the screen. You need to move this way.
So we'll say bye for now, and we'll talk again soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye, Jaime.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Dan.
Thanks, everyone. Bye. See you soon.